Thank you very much.
4 Palestinian human rights organizations have handed a 700-page dossier on Israel to the International Criminal Court. The human rights lawyers have accused Israeli authorities of war crimes and crimes against humanity in the occupied West Bank, including Jerusalem al-Quds. One of the Palestinian rights groups says the dossier includes evidence that Israel forcibly removes Palestinians from the territories and replaces them with Israeli settlers. The documents attempt to provide evidence for an ongoing preliminary probe opened in 2015 by prosecutors at the Global Court into crimes committed on Palestinian territories. The preliminary examination aims to establish if there are sufficient grounds for opening a full-scale investigation. Well, to discuss that further, we're now joined from London by Mr. Jafar Amini, who is a Palestinian writer and political commentator, and he's joining us live now via Skype. Mr. Amini, do you believe that there are sufficient grounds to open an investigation?
Oh, there are more than sufficient grounds. Israel has directly violated the Article 49 of the Geneva Convention, which emphatically states that the occupying power shall never, ever transfer its citizens to the occupied territories. As we speak now, there are over 600,000 illegal settlers in illegal settlements dotted around the West Bank. Furthermore, the West Bank and Gaza have been languishing under military law 101, which was passed immediately after the Six-Day War, which gives the military ruler of the occupied territories total control on every aspect of Palestinian life. Add to that within that law, there is no right of assembly, there is no right of political resistance, there is no right even to carry a Palestinian flag. And then you see how about time this decision to go to the ICC has come. Mr. Abbas and the PA should have gone to the ICC when they threatened to do 3 years ago after the Gaza massacre. Unfortunately, they didn't, and that's where we are today.
Mr. Ramini, I wanted to then ask about that factor that you mentioned there towards the end about the fact that Mahmoud Abbas has not yet gone to the ICC himself. What is holding him back, do you think? Why didn't he carry out that threat?
Well, they're still holding on the faint hope that there will be an administration in America that will be true and unbiased towards Israel. Unfortunately, they were gifted 8 months ago by Mr. Trump, who is totally pro-Israel and who is willing to do anything in his power to see that Israel prevails. If I might just add here, last week, on the 12th of August, a group called the National Union in Israel, which is an integral part of the ultra-right Jewish Home Party, they had a conference. 100 members of the Knesset attended that conference, and the 100 unanimously reached what they call a decision plan. The decision plan is as follows. The Palestinians have 3 choices. 1, leave. The second, submit with no rights. Or third, if you resist, we will make your life a total misery, more than it is now. This is, again, should be added to the complaints to the ICC, because, again, this violates international law. I wonder why the international community until now, despite a plethora of Security Council and UN General Assembly Council resolutions condemning Israel, have not applied any sanctions, any meaningful sanctions against Israel, when they are very fast to do against Iran, against Syria, against Libya, against any resistance to Israel, and they all shout foul. But when Israel violates every known international law and convention, they look the other way.
Very well, Mr. Romini, we'll leave it there at that. But of course, as always, we appreciate you taking your time out to speak to us here at Press TV.